Hi, I'm Father Anthony Hannon, and this is To Prepare His Way. And I'm on the path to the Sky Rock Lookout. So I just parked in this parking lot. There's only one other person here. And well, let's go take a look at this map before we go anywhere, so we know what's what. And we'll go take a look at the Rideau Lake. It said on the sign $8 day pass, but I guess since it's the time, I guess about 5:30, it's a $7 day pass. So here's some sponsors. The Friends of Foley Mountain. Foley Mountain Conservation Area. I am there. We're going to walk out to there to look out here and here. We'll see the Westport Pond, presumably, and the upper Rideau Lake. The Westport Pond, when we're looking out to the water, will be to our right, upper Rideau Lake to the left. Which trail is right for you? Well, the only trail I'm going to be taking is to the lookout, because Vicar is at home and he's waiting for me and he needs his supper. And they have, well, where's the Canadian flag? Where's the everyone is included in Canada Canadian flag? Oh well. Oh, I see where it is. It's on my truck. It's on my truck. Picnic tables over there. I don't think it's overnight camping allowed, but they do have, you know, like a fire pit. And over there where I paid parking, I don't know, maybe 100 yards away. Oh, there's an outhouse. Let's go inspect the outhouse. Do 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 do. Which one should I choose? How do I identify at this moment? Okay. Oh look, they've got some reading materials on the door here for you. A little bit of graffiti, not very much. It looks like this is cedar wood in here that they've used. And yeah. Bunch of flies. What else are you going to expect? I guess the vent must be going. See, there should be a vent under there. I'm gonna close this. And there should be a vent for the tank. Looks like it's a cement holding tank. So ladies, there's what a men's washroom looks like. Okay, let's just knock on this just in case. There's what the ladies looks like. And oh, someone left some sunglasses. Not as many flies in the women's washroom. I'll close this too. In the summertime, these should be closed. let the vent, which should be coming up from down below, and maybe it's on the other side here. Where's the vent? There's no vent? Maybe it's on the other side of the building. Well, there you go. That must have been, okay, I'm gonna keep my peanut gallery comments to myself. But to me, there should be a vent from the holding tank going up through the roof, but there isn't any. That way it keeps the odors down. Oh well. Okay, so let's, on our little walk here, let's debrief about the live stream earlier today. And the thing I want to mention is, okay, first of all, there was no yelling and screaming. There were undercover police, as was pointed out by Father Louis right away. And one of the police came over and was trying to prevent me from talking to the other group. Now, I understand that the police, they don't want any trouble. They don't want to have to break up anything. They don't want to, all that stuff. But, you know, fine. They get their whatever couple hours of overtime, whatever, maybe 4 hours of overtime, and they don't have to do anything, da 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 da. Fine. But how, as human beings, are we going to ever make any progress if two opposing sides cannot talk to one another? Now, when I went down and I went down to the lake, and I guess we'll see the view from up above here. Then, you know, oh, here's some sponsors for the Spy Rock ramp. So after I closed the live stream, and I went back, and I went to talk. I went to talk to the one lady who gave me the interview. Okay. And I just wanted to, I just went up and I shook her hand. Thank you for speaking with me. She was very cordial. There's no problem. Then she said, you would like to meet my partner. I was like, sure. And that was actually the lady on the other side of the banner and she was engaged. She was very friendly as well. And she was engaging with me until that undercover policeman came over and said, you're not allowed to talk to people. Since when? We're adults. Smarten up. If I do something, like this seems to me in the control state of Canada, you know, fear, and trying to stop something that might happen. Well, no, your job is if there's a crime, if there's an assault, if there's something, then you step in, then you charge someone or whatever. But before that, like, let people be people. Like this, infantilizing citizens, it's really bad. And we had a civil conversation. Now, when I was talking, like so afterwards, off stream, then this other woman came up, and she had raw feelings. Okay, she had raw feelings, and you know. I don't want to put words in her mouth, but I would say that her perspective is that that the protesters, the people with signs, you know, were hate-filled or something like that. And she said all those signs are lies. And I'm like, well, which ones? I do have the signs on video, so which ones? And she said all of them. I'm like, okay, like we're not really getting anywhere. Like I would say there is one sign there. There were two individuals had the same sign, and it said that drag is for adults. And like I said in that live stream, I said I don't agree with that. I don't think it's right for anybody. I don't think it's good for anybody. I think it's good if, anyway, whatever. So anyway, I would agree with that lady. When that sign that says drag is for adults, I would say, yeah, I would say that's not true. Now then I asked the lady, I said, this shorter woman, I said, had raw feelings. I asked her, is there a difference between a lie and an untruth? Because when you say it's a lie, it's like it's deliberate. Like when I was in the truckers convoy, I said the mainstream media are lying because it was so obvious that they're presenting the exact opposite of what was going on down there, and it's coming right out of their mouths, right? But there's a difference because there is kind of a responsibility attached to, an accusation attached to saying something is a lie, but anyway, or it's an untruth. But anyway, that was our little exchange, and my debrief is simply that the police should let people talk to one another. You saw it. Like, I mean, all I wanted to do is a little bit of Socratic dialogue, just a few questions. I'm not trying to make a point. I'm not trying to, I'm just, I just want to see what the answer is to, for example, what do you say to those parents, for example, that object to these things, these types of things in the schools. Now, this is a library and whatnot, and I did get some question in there about Kirk Cameron, and because Cameron Kirk. No, what is it? I think that's, what is the guy's name anyway? Anyway, I think anyway. I did, like, is it like, should he be allowed to have Bible story hour, right? Because because the lady's point, who gave that interview, her point was, let the children decide, and you have to give them the information of all sides so they can decide. And I'm like, okay, well, does that also apply to the Bible? Or if I decided to go in and read a book, I didn't ask that question, but I've decided to read a book that says you're either a boy or you're a girl. And so anyway, just some Socratic dialogue. But I didn't want, I'm not trying to get in anyone's face. I'm trying to love everyone. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's my debrief. I think the police need to stop trying to prevent things. The government as well. He's probably just taking orders. But, stop treating everyone like children. It was obvious there that it was peaceful. No one is, there was no, I mean, it wasn't a hostile environment. You could feel it. It was fine. Okay, there you go. That's my debrief. Caution, cliff edge. So we've just walked up there, or walked down from up there. We're walking down to the lookout. So anyway, down some steps here. So that's the Westport Pond, I guess. To the right, that road I just drove up. It is, all rocks and whatnot here. And I'll respect the wire here because I don't think there's a better view by going down even lower. I see 3 church steeples. One of them is a Catholic church. I'll pull out my binoculars and see which one has a cross on top. Oh no, there's a 4th one way down there. There's a 4th church. So let me pull out my binoculars. Sorry for the shaky camera here. I'm going to put, just a second, I don't know where the camera's pointing because I'm putting the binoculars around my neck so I don't drop them down the cliff here. Eh. Ugh. Sorry, I'm making a mess here. You can't see what I'm doing, but I keep putting the. Oh, I think I see a fourth church. Oh, no, a fifth church. Okay, you're probably looking at the sky now. Okay, there we go. Let's see what's what. Okay, so straight ahead, is that a church? That's probably a town hall or something. It has a clock on it. It says 10 to 6. Oops. Then we've got, so that's kind of like a brown building I'm looking at. I guess that's not a church. I'm going over to the right a little bit. And a little bit further in the distance, I see a steeple. With my bare eyes, with my glasses, it looked like it was a cross, but it's not. It's a weather vane on top. And then I'm looking at the next one. There's no steeple on that. So now I'm going to look at the biggest one over there. That's the gray one. And there is a cross on that one. So that is the Catholic Church right there. And forgive me because I can't remember what saint it is. I think it's Saint Edward the Confessor, maybe, or something like that. And then further down there, so you might be able to see if you're watching on a big screen, a water tower. And it says Westport on it. And in the distance, I guess you see the lower Rideau Lake. And so that's a kind of a brick building. I've seen that style before. Actually, I have seen in Toronto a Catholic church with that style. But if I were to guess, that might be a Pentecostal or evangelical or something like that. Okay. So there you go. Most viewers would be interested in that. Not everyone. I might pick up some new subscribers because the person I interviewed there, and they were asking about, what's the name of the YouTube, so I gave it to them. So if you're watching this, if you're new, if you were on the other side, so to speak, welcome to the channel, and yeah, check out some of the other videos. If nothing else, if you think that I'm your enemy, which I wouldn't encourage you to think that, but if you think that I'm your enemy, then it's good to know how the enemy thinks. So why don't you watch some of my other videos? And if you learn something about what, how I think, how this particular person thinks, this particular Catholic priest thinks, then give it a thumbs up, even if you disagree, because you should be, or you could be, if you choose, to be grateful that you're learning something different than the way you think. Anyway, just a suggestion. So down there, I had walked down there where those boats are, and boats can kind of dock in that mini harbor. There's a fee and all that good stuff. But you could see if you were spending your summer, boating down the St. Lawrence and up the Rideau Lake River and Canal system, that this would be a great town to stop in. They can stop, they can dock their boat there, they can get electrical, they can fill up with gas, they can go get groceries, go to a restaurant, do some shopping, attend church. So there you go. There's the view. I'm going to take another look through the binoculars. I'm sorry, I'll try to do a zoom here. It's probably going to go all digital or pixelated, but there's where I was walking earlier. Down there, I was just talking about. Camera's shaking because I'm zoomed it. Try to go back to original. I'll zoom into the Catholic Church down there. Some cars going by. It reminds me of Hot Wheels, you know? Up at this distance, watching the cars go by. We'll take one more look this way. Again, some really beautiful clouds, and I don't know how the sun is coming out here, but I'm pointing the camera to the sun. This is God's creation, and it's beautiful. The whole world, I find, is so beautiful. This is a type of video that it would be good if I had the gimbal that was gifted to me, but I don't have it with me, because then the camera would be steady. So, you know, if you're in the Ottawa area or Kingston area, you know, maybe a day trip to Westport might be a fun thing to do. Come and spread the love here. Spread the love, eh? But yeah, I don't see any trails left by aeroplanes. All I see is natural clouds. Remember when we were kids and you just lie in the grass and look up and use your imagination and look at all the clouds go by? Maybe it's raining there in the distance. Okay. I'll just take a look at the chats. Okay. So, oops. We'll see if we get a nice view of the town. And in this case, I'll take my hat off, and the Lord be with you. And my Almighty God bless each and every one of you, protect you from all evil, bring you to everlasting life. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Go in peace, live in the truth, and live free. And I'll be doing another video soon on that topic that I mentioned earlier about trying to have some love in our hearts for our fellow Catholics who maybe don't see everything eye to eye either. Okay?